Okay, so this is 23. Welcome back to How Much Draft. I'm Jethro. Grey Coil's still chatting about his deck somewhere else. Probably like in another tab from where you guys are. 7 minutes left. So yeah, this is 23. Couple of options still to consider here. I don't think we're playing Drudge Beetle just because Concordia Pegasus Eye and Precinct Captain and such are so much better as 2-drops. We're currently not running the Azorius Charm. Because we do want double white on turn 2, double white on turn 3, and then green on turn 1, which is going to be pretty hard if we're trying to awkwardly splash a blue for a fine removal spell. And Azorius Charm isn't insane. I mean, it's good. It's by all means a good, bordering great card in the Azorius deck. But it's not. I mean, the lifelink and the draw card are rarely extremely relevant. So there's no need to run the Gatekeeper Vine because we're not ramping very much. We don't have any gates to search out. I think our mana's going to be fine without it. And kind of a 0-2 defender. We don't even have something to go with defenders. Fencing Ace is a lot more interesting. Fencing Ace and Chorus of Might are really the last two cuts, I'd say. I could run a Fencing Ace over a Druid's Deliverance. Let's do some maths here. What's my current token makers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 guys that can make tokens. One of which only makes tokens on turn like 6, so it's pretty slow. 8 guys that make tokens, but 2 Centaurs Heralds, 2 Eyes in the Skies, and a Sailor of Songbirds. I feel like Druid's Deliverance is almost always going to do something. And the thing about this card is, it's like there's lots of decks that don't want it, but in the decks that do want it, it can be really good. I mean, there'll be times when it's just an instant speed Mega Centaur, and that's when it's at its worst, but there'll be times when it's a complete blowout. But then again, Fencing Ace... No, we'll bring in Fencing Ace for the more creaturey matchups. Like if we come up against a Rakdos deck that's playing Shred Freaks and things, but Fencing Ace can just pwn, then I think I'd rather have an Ace than a Fog in those matchups. Chorus of Might. I could run it over an Armory Guard, which actually probably wouldn't be the worst. Currently I'm running, 13, 14, 15, 16... 16 creatures, which is quite a lot. And no combat tricks. I mean, I've got Common Bond, I suppose, can work as a combat trick. And Avenging Eyes. I've got Common Bond to go with Fencing Ace, but that's actually it. I suppose I've got the Unearth on Decoy and on Drudge Beetle if I was playing it, but I'm not. Which isn't really a lot for a 1-1 double striker. So I think Chorus of Might, though, as a combat trick, is going to be fine, bordering good, because we've got a lot of creatures to go with it. We've got an Indrik, which kind of does the same job as Armory Guard, and like Centaur Healers hold down the ground pretty well. As Lesnia, you rarely have trouble holding the fort, and I don't have any gates to give this guy vigilance. We want a Temple Garden. What's our land, Stan? 9-7 in favour of white. You could be right, Stan. Still, I'm going to have a look at colour. So we've got 2 double white spells, no double green spells. This would give us 10 white sources, 8 green sources. I think 8 green sources is going to give us green on turn 1. Ooh, Grey Coil has submitted. I'm now officially a slow video maker. I did technically go to the loo. Oh, I could use some tea as well. I'll just grab some water. After I've submitted this, I think that'll be 17 lands with a view to a kill. Yeah, so our plan in this deck is just to make tons of tokens, populate those tokens, and use them crucially to win the game. I think that's the kind of hardcore strategy people come to my videos for. The trick to winning at Magic, ladies and gentlemen, is to win the game. I'll see you from.